mid-April here in the central interior of British Columbia. Temperatures are still typically dropping down anywhere from -10 to -15 at night. A full calendar year is often waited and anticipated on for this time of year to come, waiting for winter's icy grip to release and taking advantage of the fishing and enjoying the river's natural beauty never seems to come soon enough. From early April until mid-May, the river produces this incredible emerald green and crystal clear effect to its water. It's only during this time that the river's safe enough to be able to navigate. As mid-May draws closer, high water will begin to double, triple, even quadruple in its size and ferocity, turning the river a dark brown color. Like most rivers, during this time of high water, they're not to be trifled with. Sadly enough, I have actually lost some dear friends to this river during the time of high water. As beautiful as the river is this time of year, it's still important to be mindful of low-hanging trees. As you are enjoying your trip or adventure on the water, it's easy to forget just how fast you can be moving. Sweepers can commonly claim the lives and easily tip over watercraft. Not a great place to be in these chilly temperatures. Portaging for at least the first 1 to 2 miles is quite common from where I put in. The river's seemingly endless clarity and emerald green pools only add to the trip's enjoyment and its stunning visual impact. It's at this juncture in the trip, where the Fraser, McLennan, and Sand Creek tributaries meet, does the river then double in size, and the fishing begins to improve. Picking a few favorite spots to try my luck along the river is always a fun and anticipated part of coming fishing. Bull trout typically like the deeper pools and the slower moving water. The cooler water this time of year often makes them a little less aggressive when they bite. Building a fire and cooking your food is always a welcome time on the trip. These large cottonwoods stand guard on the riverbank, as if their branches were eerily reaching for the sky. A young bald eagle has been watching and expressing interest in what I'm catching, and continues to keep me company periodically on the trip. After 7 months of winter in the Rockies, this time of year is a welcome sight. With the increase in the sun's warmth and our mountains' snow-capped peaks, always seems to spark adventure. Now at least 6 or 7 miles into the trip, the river's bend begins to pick up speed as it drops in elevation. Around this bend, I expect to find some good trout fishing pools that are old favorite spots. As I cast my line, I find the response time is quicker with the trout, later in the afternoon. As the warmer temperature of the water begins to increase, the trout begin to feed a little more aggressive. Of course, managing the boat, the cameras, the drift, and the speed that the river is moving at is all challenging. The young bald eagle that was circling earlier this morning seems to be coming back and checking on me, as if curious to see what I'm using for bait and why I seem to be catching more fish than he does. It's really remarkable how over 100 years ago, when the railroad came through this area of Tijon, it was actually a bustling city of 10,000 strong railroad workers, with ships that commonly dredged the river floor to make room for the paddle wheelers to make their way upstream in the summer with their supplies. It's a long time to wait for this one time of year to come, but I always feel it's worth it. Sadly, every journey and adventure has its beginning and end, and now it's time for mine.